Welcome to the Near Memo, a weekly conversation about search, social, and commerce. What happened, why it matters, and the implications for local. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Near Memo with David, Mike, and me, Greg. And David is back from his fabulous vacation in Ireland. We're excited to have you back.
Can't say I'm excited to be back, to be honest, but no personal offense intended.
Yeah. This is episode 114, where we talk about search, social, commerce, AI, and anything else that comes into our brains spontaneously in the moment. Today, we're going to be talking about my preliminary reactions. Well, first, we'll be talking about image bugs versus not allowed penalties. Mike is going to go into that. I'm going to talk about my very hot take on the web browsing and plugins for ChatGPT, which I just got access to yesterday. And David's going to be talking about Yelp's integration with Reserve with Google. So, Mike, and you have an article on this topic, which we'll be publishing simultaneously with the release of this.
Sure. So there's been this ongoing bug amongst many at Google business profiles where images are not allowed. In fact, this week, there's several other interesting bugs where you can't edit posts or delete them using the NMX interface. And there's another product image bug where you can't upload product images. But the not allowed bug is where businesses are just attempting to upload images to their business. The problem, as David has always said with Google, you never know whether it's a feature or a bug. And this not allowed messaging actually turns out to be both. Google uses this messaging when, for example, a photo includes a URL or an email address, or has more than 10% of text in the image, or the image is highly stylized, or if it's blurry or dark, or the image includes too much skin, God forbid, like a woman's dress clothing, or otherwise doesn't pass mustard with their safe search and it's too racy or too sarcastic or something. Who knows? So this message, not approved, shows up frequently and it doesn't ever tell you why it shows up. But apparently the pipeline that takes the image from the upload and then does all these various assessments on them is not very stable. And periodically just stops working from within Google. And I surmise that because the pipeline for Google Maps for an individual, if you could take these same images, they don't get checked. You can upload a woman with her arms showing it doesn't violate some rule, and it's very robust. But this one seems to stop working about every 3 weeks, throwing off these messages, and people pile into the forums. And it's just fascinating to me.
So just to clarify, you can do all the content uploads you want, all the image uploads you want on the Google Maps through Google Maps, and they're not gonna be similarly delayed or rejected, or clarify that, Mike.
Mostly, at least the ones that involve safe search around, like if you're a spa or a gym or women's clothing, a lot of the images you upload get defined as too adult or too racy or something. Or the other categories are spoofs, medical, and violence. And those images can easily be uploaded as a user via Google Maps, but you have trouble uploading them via the interface. The bigger problem is, and David's pointed this out, is that the interface is just not very robust. And it's like the Google uses this language for so many things that to know if you've been hit by the bug, you've got to diagnose 6 other situations. You got to test your image against all these other conditions, and so it's just a shit show, right? Along with all the other bugs. And I just find it so amazing that this far into this checking of images and running it through these safety filters and quality filters and opinion filters, that it's still so non-functional. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I continue to be.
Well, it's kind of irresponsible for Google to be, interacting with people with these weak systems.
Totally.
When so many people are dependent upon Google for their livelihoods, right, et cetera.
I mean, what a time waster, right? For a business to go in, do the thing Google wants you to do, which is upload images, and not not give them any guidance, because the guidance they do give seems to be inaccurate. For example, it says you can't upload images bigger than 5 MB. Well, to test that, I uploaded images that were 10 MB, and they uploaded just fine. I uploaded images that were 10,000 pixels on an axis. They uploaded just fine. But the rules say that shouldn't work, but it does work. But all these other things don't work. It's like, give me one single set of instructions. Give me feedback in the interface so I know what's happening. None of that happens. And have fewer bugs. That doesn't seem like a lot to ask of a
This all presumes that Google's still investing any resources whatsoever in Google business profiles, which is, in my mind, clearly not been the case for about a year and a half. So to me, the system is working as intended as far as Google's concerned.
In the sense of it being low cost, you mean, or not requiring a lot of support?
Not requiring any distraction from Magi or SGE or whatever the horrific branding of their Bard integration is. So
Bard, Magi, SGE, Bard Plus, whatever is going on. Were you finished, David? I didn't want to interrupt you.
Thanks for joining David, Mike, and Greg. To stay on top of the latest developments in local, subscribe to our newsletter at nearmedia.co. We'll see you next week.